deodorant. Let's see. Roll-on or stick?
I think she should buy both.
SpongeBob SquarePants, the animated television series beloved by audiences of all ages, has cemented itself as a cultural phenomenon through its witty humor, memorable characters, and surprisingly, insightful social commentary. Who knew all of that would come from a show about a talking sponge? Now, SpongeBob is home to plenty of iconic characters, from the titular sponge himself, to his best friend Patrick Star, to the ever-relatable Squidward tentacles. Yet, with a great ensemble of the main cast, one of them actually stands out as being one of the most underutilized characters in the show's history, and that character also happens to be the only mammal on the show, too.
I'll catch your worm for ya! That is, if you're willing to pay.
Sandy Cheeks is one of the few female leads on the show, and has shown great capabilities of being a standout character. She's been a lover of science, creating tons of inventions and experiments, and even built her own bubble-shaped dome underwater in order to breathe air, while also wearing her atmospheric diving suit walking around Bikini Bottom. She's seen as a tomboyish character, also showing great interest in lifting weights, doing karate, and being a popular champion at the rodeo. Yet, in recent history, the showrunners and writers just don't really know what to do with her anymore. There's been such a limited focus on her interests now, only staying in the same lane that I've mentioned previously. We don't really see her personality outside of these traits. And even in Sandy-centric episodes, she feels more like a sidekick to SpongeBob. She has potential for more complex stories, and even the fans want more episodes revolving around her.
Oh, but Sturge, there was that whole movie about Sandy on Netflix. Surely the fans were satisfied with that portrayal.
Sure, if they were living in rock bottom. Everything about the Sandy Cheeks movie reeks in utter embarrassment and did not further develop Sandy as a character. Sandy's family is an underdeveloped mess, and that has nothing to do with Sandy herself and failed to stand out. Oh, she's a flying squirrel now? Was it to throw in this flappy skin joke? Oh, she feels sad because this Wanda Sykes abomination tricks Bikini Bottom into thinking she betrayed them? So Sandy gives up and just walks on this hamster wheel sobbing? Not my Sandy. This isn't Camp Itty Bitty Kitty time. You're ruining Sandy Cheeks. Now, looking back at the golden years of SpongeBob, and there's actually a lot of great episodes featuring our intelligent squirrel. There's her first ever appearance in Tea at the Tree Dome, with how she lives her life underwater, and the creepy pruned up version of SpongeBob. There's also Sandy trying to fight off the Alaskan bullworm, with SpongeBob's hesitation to stop her. Then we see her monstrous side in Survival of the Idiots, where she goes full beast mode after SpongeBob and Patrick disrupt her hibernation. Yet, the episode I chose is still a very great SpongeBob episode, yet when stacked up against other Sandy Cheek specials, seems to fall under the radar. And that is the Season 2 episode, Pressure.
Of course I can. I'm a squirrel. See?
I thought that meant you were nuts.
This episode exemplifies not only the comedic genius of the show, but is also its ability to explore deeper themes like friendship, pride, and human versus animal dynamics, all while staying lighthearted and entertaining. Its greatness lies in its layered storytelling, relatable conflict, and creative execution. And while there are many famous bits in this 11-minute runtime, I still don't think it gets the praise that it so rightfully deserves.
Thank you.
Starting the episode, we see SpongeBob and Sandy watching the clouds go by. Or I guess, flowers go by.
They all look like flowers, SpongeBob. All the time.
They sure do.
After a hypothetical about climbing the nearest cliff, the two decide to take each other on, with Sandy ultimately winning. SpongeBob wants a rematch and races to the Krusty Krab, this time SpongeBob winning. With Sandy feeling cheated, she rattles off all the ways on how land creatures seem to be better at anything that sea creatures lack.
We're best at horse riding and fur styling and rowing. Y'all got us licked and swimming. But we got corn shucking and hay baling and barn raising and fishing.
Oh no, she didn't!
This leads to Patrick, Squidward, and Mr. Krabs joining SpongeBob in teasing Sandy on what she can't do. At its core, Pressure revolves around a playful rivalry between SpongeBob and Sandy, with Sandy asserting the superiority of land creatures, claiming they can endure challenges that sea dwellers cannot. Through this absurd premise, the episode establishes a central conflict that mirrors the competitive dynamics often present in friendships and society. So SpongeBob and the gang tease Sandy about having to use a suit to live underwater, which persuades Sandy to rip apart her suit and shatter her helmet to prove it, which doesn't go so well.
How long can she stay like that?
I don't know.
Sandy's a girl?
She then decides to challenge the gang to go up to the surface and stay on dry land for 1 minute. While thinking it's an easy feat, they start to lose confidence when reaching the surface. This subtly highlights how pride and ego can lead to hilariously irrational situations, like sea creatures trying, and also failing, to survive outside their natural habitat.
But none of you wetheads would last a minute on my turf. Dry land.
Do we have to wear pickle jars?
While there's not many jokes in this episode, the humor actually comes from the visuals. SpongeBob reusing Sandy's previous comments about being halfway there through a record player, Patrick's head being flattened after the airhead comment, SpongeBob's freeze frame after Squidward denies him a high five. And who couldn't forget this meme of the fish faces our characters make? It's so random, yet fits the style of SpongeBob perfectly. But my favorite is actually this little moment right here.
You've got some pretty good moves for a squirrel.
Like, SpongeBob just boosts his confidence tenfold by getting the others to laugh at his joke before immediately waving them to stop. And yet, we haven't even gotten to the most iconic part of this episode. The gang finally had the courage to go up on dry land, and we get a live action segment of all 4 members popping up from above water and roaming around the island.
Squidward! Squidward! Squid!
What?
Gosh, I love when the writers just had these creative ideas of implementing live action into this cartoon. The Suds episode, the pencil artist, this guy, but Pressure easily takes the cake as the best, as it takes our lovable characters and warps them into hilarious puppets on a stick, meeting these seagulls, and having a Beanie Baby version of Sandy come and save them. In the end, SpongeBob and Sandy realize that not everyone can do anything perfectly, whether you're a land or sea creature, and they all cheer for everyone's accomplishments. There's a lot to say about this episode. It never takes itself too seriously, yet its humor is underscored by a strong narrative arc and character-driven moments. Sandy's smug confidence and SpongeBob's determination to prove her wrong add depth to the episode, making it feel more than just a series of jokes. And the message is pretty simple, but effective for most audiences. Pressure serves as a clever allegory for animal versus animal comparisons, reminding audiences that every creature excels in its own environment. The land versus sea rivalry is a playful metaphor for any debate involving differences between groups, whether cultural, social, or, in SpongeBob's case, biological. And by the end of the episode, the characters learn a valuable lesson in which their unique traits and habitats make them special in their own ways. This resolution ties back to the show's broader themes of friendship and inclusivity, reinforcing the idea that diversity should be celebrated rather than compared or contested. Just like many other SpongeBob episodes, the greatness of Pressure lies in its ability to appeal to multiple generations. For children, it offers slapstick humor and relatable moments of competition between friends. For adults, it provides clever satire and a deeper appreciation for the show's storytelling prowess. This dual appeal is a hallmark of SpongeBob as a whole, and is perfectly exemplified in this episode. One of the best Sandy Cheeks episodes, and an underrated one as a whole. It stands out for its blend of humor, relatability, and important life lessons down the road. It captures the essence of what makes the series great, the ability to entertain while sparking thought and reflection. Through its memorable characters, absurd yet meaningful conflict, and creative resolution, Pressure still finds a way for rewatchability, and is a shining example of the brilliance behind Steven Hillenburg's greatest achievement. And it easily knocks out that dreaded Netflix movie any day. Heck, a lot of Sandy's newer episodes, even the sloppier ones, had more creativity than Saving Bikini Bottom. Gosh, just what were they thinking? Is this random horse robot even a character in the show? This is like my first time seeing this weirdo. With that being said, is there a certain Sandy Cheeks episode you really enjoy? Do you like any of the newer episodes revolving around the famous squirrel? Let me know in the comments.
3 cheers for feeling sorry for ourselves! Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip!
Hooray!